How do you choose the right niche for your online business? You've probably heard people say just follow your passion. But I have to disagree strongly. I think it's dangerous advice that can lead new entrepreneurs astray. This is especially true when choosing in-demand or trending products to sell. Your lifelong love of Star Wars figurines doesn't mean it's a great niche to build your new e-commerce store around. If a thriving business is your goal, you should follow a methodical approach and pick a niche with attributes that lead you to online success. So in this short video, we'll teach you how to find your niche and a product to sell in 6 steps. Let's begin with number 1. Step 1 is to evaluate your passion and skills. Finding your niche begins with looking at your passions and skills. So some questions to ask yourself. Are there any topics you're passionate about? What do you excel at? Do you have a favorite hobby? All these factors are important to consider when trying to find a niche. Let's say you have a passion for fashion and are good at styling outfits. You might enjoy creating or sourcing clothes and working with a stylist for photo shoots. You can find a niche in the fashion industry by combining these interests and skills. Or perhaps you enjoy cooking and creating healthy recipes. You might enjoy selling cookware and writing recipes for your company's food blog. Finding a niche in the food industry would be easier with these interests and skills. Basically, the key is finding an area you're passionate about and have some skills in. This will make finding a niche you'll enjoy working in much easier. Step number 2 is to find a few different potential niches. Once you have an idea of your passions and skills, start looking around for potential niches. In this phase, you want to build a big list of niches so you can determine demand. You will narrow down these niches later. There are many ways to find a niche. One method is to do Google searches and examine what other online retailers are offering and selling. For instance, you could start with vegan shoes as a basis, and then filter by type, style, material, and department. This approach can reveal numerous potential angles, such as unisex running shoes made from fox leather and vegan pumps. Keep digging until you identify an unaddressed problem for which you believe you can provide a solution. Remember, even in the presence of competition, you can still differentiate yourself by targeting a more specific audience and implementing an effective marketing strategy. Another method is to just pay attention to your surroundings. Start looking outward to catch any common pain points. Your own experiences as well as the experiences of others can spark ideas. If you're selling shoes, you might notice both young and older people have trouble tying laces. Maybe you yourself are after a certain style of shoe, but no one ships to your country. Take note of any problems like these and be that business to serve a niche population with your unique solution. And another great method is to look for passionate communities online. The web is pretty good at organizing itself into these communities based on shared interests, passions, and hobbies. In other words, into niches. Dig through the most active subreddit and listen in on their discussions. Now let's move on to step 3 to finding your niche. See if there is a market. When you're looking for a niche, it's important to ensure there's a big enough market to support your business. It's no use trying to sell to a group of people that's too small to sustain your business. And also, if the market has existed for some time. For example, you can find on Google Trends that the topic vegan shoes has consistent demand over the past 5 years. This would be a decent niche to get into as a new business owner. Step 4 is to narrow down your niche. Now that you've brainstormed a list of potential niches, it's time to start narrowing them down. So take a closer look at the niches you're most passionate about. What are the unique selling points of each? Are there any niches on your list that you would combine? For example, if you're passionate about fashion and sustainable living, you could focus on selling sustainable fashion. Are there any niches on your list that you could segment further? So for example, if you want to sell fitness products, you could segment by type of fitness, like CrossFit, yoga, running, or by product type, such as fitness apparel, fitness equipment, fitness supplements. Step 5 is to validate your niche. It's important to validate your niche before investing too much time or money. Start by checking out your competition. If many businesses are selling what you want to sell, it could indicate market demand. However, standing out might be challenging. If entering a competitive market, differentiate yourself with a unique selling proposition. Also, talk to potential customers, assess their interest and willingness to pay. Explore online communities related to your niche and observe the conversations. Are people discussing the problem you aim to solve? Are they seeking solutions? These signs indicate a potential niche. Another good way to validate a niche is to build your audience first. Kickstarter campaigns generate pre-development product awareness. Introduce your idea, gain followers, and have a ready audience upon launch. The goal with all of this is to gather feedback from real people on your niche idea. This validates your assumptions and determines if there is a market for your product. And last step number 6 is to just test your niche. Finally, you can validate a product or a niche by testing it out. This can be done by starting a blog or a YouTube channel or creating a landing page to sell a product or service related to your niche. If you can get people to sign up or buy what you're selling, that's a good sign that you found a viable niche. And as reference, here are some types of niches you might be interested in selling. Number 1 is accessory heavy niches. Merchants rarely make much on big ticket items and will only earn maybe 5 to 10% on products like laptops and TVs. Where they can really make their money is on accessories. Type number 2 is customers with a passion or problem. It's amazing how much money passion hobbies will spend. Mountain bikers will drop hundreds on lightweight accessories to shave a few pounds, and avid fishermen will invest tens of thousands of dollars in boats and related accessories. Also, if you can offer a product-based solution to a painful problem, you'll find a captive audience eager to buy. Type number 3 is the $100 to $200 range. I found that this price range is an e-commerce sweet spot. It's large enough to create decent average order value and per order profit, but it's small enough that with a quality, informative website, most customers won't need to speak with someone before the sale personally. Most customers will not hesitate much to make the purchase. As you grow, generating most of your orders online offers massive efficiency savings versus a phone-heavy approach. But if you're selling products that cost $500 or more, many customers will want personal customer service before pulling out their credit cards. Type number 4 is hard to find locally products or services. If you needed garden equipment, you would likely head down to your local Home Depot or Lowe's. But where would you go to buy surveillance equipment or magician's accessories? Probably online. So pick niche products that are hard to find locally and you'll be able to get in front of the vast majority of your customers as they search online. While you ideally want something difficult to source locally, you also need to ensure that there's an ample demand for the product. This can be a fine line to walk. Type number 5 is low product turnover. If your product line is consistently changing year to year, you'll end up spending valuable time and resources that will soon be outdated. Selling a product line with limited turnover ensures you can invest in an information-rich website that will be viable for years. And last one, type number 6 is consumable or disposable products. Repeat customers are essential to any business, and it's significantly easier to sell to existing customers who trust you than to new prospects. If your product needs to be reordered regularly and you are able to keep your customers happy, you'll be on your way to building a profitable business with recurring revenue. Finding a great product is only part of the equation. Even a niche fitting all the above criteria would be a poor choice in the face of inadequate demand or crushing competition. Understanding a product's demand, competition, and suppliers will be important to make an informed decision. Now, you can try to figure out how to make money online on your own, but if you want to go straight to the right answer and learn literally the best method that exists out there as of right now that's helping complete beginners go from $0 to $1,000 a day without any previous experience, click the link in the description to sign up for this week's free workshop and you'll learn how you can start earning a sizable income online as fast as possible. So click the link in the description now.